This is called flipping on the up. And I want you to imagine that I'm going to give you all a $1,000 bill. Hold your hands up.
I'll take it.
Hold it up. Oh yeah, that you got it. Now this is a little delusional, but I want you to enjoy your delusional $1,000. Now you've got that 1,000, right? If you're right-handed, put it in your left hand. Now you're going to flip a coin. Everybody flip the coin. Go like this. You don't know whether it's head or tails. Now, you have a choice right now that you can just say, I'm going to keep the 1,000, or I'm going to bet on heads or tails. And if you're right, I'll give you $2,500. If you're wrong, you lose the 1,000. How many of you are going to guess? About a third of you will guess. Some of you know, because your father told me about this in the first place. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you've got that. Now I want you to imagine another scenario. So how many of those who flipped? How many of them are going to have $2,500? Half of them, and half of them are going to lose. Now I want you to imagine that you came with $1,000, and in order to get out the door, you have to pay me $1,000. Can you imagine that? Now here you get to flip again. If you flip and you call it correctly, you can leave without paying me anything. If you flip and call it wrong, then you have to pay me $2,500. How many of you flip? 2/3 of you will flip. It's called desperation. It's called going to the counselor when your marriage is almost dead. It's called working really hard when your job is at risk and you've almost lost it. It's called only acting in desperation. It's called only moving down here. Most of you will not pay the 1,000. Now, why is Bob talking about this? What happens if I always flip on the up and I always pay the 1,000 on the down? I got to get a math person here that's going to tell me what happens. On 1,000 flips, on 1,000 flips up and 1,000 flips down, I will win 50% of the time, I will lose 50% of the time. But I'm going to always flip up, and I never flip down. I always pay the 1,000. What happens over 1,000 flips up and 1,000 flips down? Come on, I got to have a math mic. I'm going to have what? I'm going to have how much up? I'm going to have I'm going to have 1,250,000 up, right? I will have 1,250,000. I've added 250. I'm 250,000 ahead. And down, I pay the 1,000 each time. What's the difference between my up and my down? 250,000 more. Now, in life, it's paying the $1,000 on the down is learning your lessons. It's not making desperation moves. It's learning the lesson. It's shifting what you're doing. Paying on the down clips these bottoms. Flipping on the up maximizes the possibility of this up. Are you with me on this? So the trick, the up is pleasure. When we feel like shit, we look for a magical solution rather than just wanting to do the hard work. I'm reading this Zen and Leadership book, and it's really wonderful. It says that the wise leader doesn't try and change a problem that's developed over years with one move. They understand it takes many positive moves to change a problem that you dug in on. That's why the year or more and the assignments are so important. So, there's a thing I want you to start grasping, that in your everyday life, there are times we feel bad and we deny it. That's not paying the price on the down. You're at work. You're unhappy about something. You hope it's going to go away. Now stay with me on this. You hope it's going to go away. You don't address it with your boss. You don't address it with your coworker. You forget about it the next day, and it doesn't happen for 3 more days, but it happens again, and you wait for it to go away. You don't pay the price of talking to your boss. You don't pay the price of talking to your coworker, going through the discomfort, learning the lesson, addressing the problem. And by the time you get done, it is a chronic problem. And then you will desperately look for a new job until the same thing happens again, get a new marriage until the same thing happens again. And so avoidance is not paying the price. Talking about it is paying the price. Telling the truth is paying the price. Saying no to a partner is paying the price. And flipping on the up is when I like a partner, it's saying, hey, I would love to work more with you. And it's being too busy when you don't like asks you to do stuff. Sounds simple, not so simple. Because our program works against this. Because I think I'm not good enough, I'm going to accept the work I don't want to accept. And next thing I know, I'm unhappy and I want to quit until the next place I can go and go in the same bind I'm in. You with me on this? So we're learning. So the same thing, you see how it happens in a marriage? You get in conflict, you don't get it resolved, you go to sleep, you forget about it the next morning, you have sex, whatever happens, boom, done. But it builds up over the years. You don't pay the price of addressing the problem. Seth has a drink, plays with the kids, gets into his addictions of iPod and iPad and whatever else is there. You know, so we all do this. But when it feels good, we don't know how to take advantage because we are afraid of the change. When it feels good, we don't know how to say, because I don't believe I deserve to have life feel good. I can't say to you, you know, I really like working with you. I learn a lot. Boom, 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 will you support me? I really like this. I really like that. It's called, I'm on my first date. Gee, I really like you. But you know, there's something about you I really don't like. That isn't what happens. Flipping on the up is telling the next truth. Also, it's also facing the discomfort. How many of you have driven a car over 100 miles an hour? 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. I've been up to 156. How fast have you gone? Woo! What does it take? You have to talk yourself through the fear. You have to say, this road is okay, this car is okay, I can handle it. You're pissing your pants. That's how you, now I just want you to get it. You must be able to handle the increased speed. You must be able to handle more life. You must learn to flip on the up. When it's good, try and make it better. When it's bad, pay the price. Daily, moment by moment, engaging, feeling your yearnings, because you always have a yearning to say to your coworker, that doesn't work. You only need to kill them when you have a belief that you can't talk about it. So need assignments to keep you going. Okay, so you got it. So this is what these suckers can map. And we're talking about being able to change it. We're talking about if you're going to change this slope, we're not talking about a book. We're talking about, wow, you have a win today. What was that win? How can I go more after that win?